Good morning to you. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Well, many of us know there's not really a shortage of things to do in Manitoba over the summer, but we're going to tell you about some pretty cool tours that you may want to bring your kids on, or if you're looking to learn a little bit more about what Manitoba has to offer in terms of nature, this is the segment for you. And we're also joined by a couple of guests who brought down a very old canoe. We're going to talk about that in a second, but thanks so much for being here. Roger Turan, you're the president of Nature Manitoba, and Christine Mazer, volunteer with the Mantario committee. Thanks so much for coming. And lugging down this beautiful piece of craftsmanship. Christine, how old is this canoe?
It's made in 1975.
Okay, cool. And you still use it for the tours that we're going to be telling you about in a second. But Roger, let's start with you. Nature Manitoba, for folks who haven't heard of it before, what's the goal of the organization? Because I think some folks will be shocked at the different options there are to do for tours.
Well, I'm not sure shock is the word, but anyway, pleasantly surprised maybe.
Yep.
Nature Manitoba is the province's oldest and probably largest, most diversified environmental group, nature-based in the province. And we were created in 1920. Wow. So we've been around for a while, and it's really a focal point for every nature-based activity, from education, from teaching to outdoor activities. We have over 24 different committees and in activity areas, including Mantario, that we'll talk about in a minute.
Right.
Every year we do over 100 different excursions and outdoor participation activities, from cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, canoeing, cycling, hiking, you name it. If it's nature-based and if it's outdoors, you know, there is a group that will do that. We have groups for young children. We have possibly Manitoba's most active seniors group called the Grey Hairs. And we have a series starting in the fall of Nature Manitoba Discovery Evenings, a series of conferences and presentations. We have workshops. We publish nature-based books. We just came out with a new book, which is possibly the best book on wild plants in North America ever published. And so we're involved in a number of nature-based activities. So if you're not with Nature Manitoba, you're missing out.
Yeah, definitely not a shortage of things to do, but we want to focus on Mantario here. And Christine, you actually produced a video that really features this region. Tell us a little bit about the area for people who've never been there before. What are some of the benefits?
Well, the Mantario area is right in a designated wilderness zone. It was designated as such by the Manitoba government back in the early 80s. And it's basically, there's no roads, there's no power lines or cottage communities in there, and it's basically meant for access by non-motor powered, and so it's great for people who want to do recreational activities such as cross-country skiing or canoeing or hiking. There's the Mantario hiking trail that goes north to south. It cuts right through this designated wilderness zone.
Got it.
So, yeah.
So it can be a little bit scary, and you and I were talking at the break about folks who've never done this before. I haven't been in the wilderness a lot myself, but it's something you'd like to try. A really good opportunity to get started with pros then. And you mentioned that you use this canoe. It's got actually duct tape on the bottom of it, so that's okay. So this tour itself, tell us a little bit about what people will experience when they go on the tours.
Okay, so it's called the Mantario Wilderness Experience, and the Nature Manitoba has been running this summer program for the last 35 years. It goes for about 7 to 9 weeks during the summer, starting in July and going till the end of August. And each week starts Monday, it goes Monday to Friday, and each week has a theme, such as photography, astronomy, wilderness survival skills. There's even a family week to introduce kids, and we always hire 2 summer program or experienced trip leaders, who are basically people who know what they're doing in the wilderness and who help inexperienced people to get out there and make sure everybody's safe, and they do a lot of the canoe portaging and make sure that everything runs smoothly. So they're always, participants are always with people who will look after them.
Good stuff. So a real educational component, as you mentioned, and a good opportunity to get out there for the first time with pros and take in, I mean, moving into the Canadian Shield, a really remote area, like you mentioned, you can't exactly drive there, so a great opportunity. We're going to have the link on breakfasttelevision.ca, so log on if you're wanting more information. And of course, not only this tour, but dozens of tours, as Roger mentioned, and definitely an opportunity to get out there and enjoy our beautiful province. You're going to enjoy the rest of our show. We're coming back with Web Funnies in a couple minutes. Don't go away. Good stuff.